Goeiemôre, goeie aand. Ek is bly almal is hier. Hoe gaan dit met julle vanaand? Hey guys, we have some awesome people in tonight. We got in Element, we got Michael Khan, PJ Cruikshank, and Master Release, bro. How are you guys all doing?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. How you doing, Michael Cruikshank?
I'm not doing bad, PJ Can.
Yeah, we're all good flats. We're all good flats.
But it's good to have you guys on here. Yeah. Sorry, how was your guys' day? I'll ask, sorry.
All right. Yeah, I just went to my mother's for Sunday dinner and did nothing else apart from that.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah. Guys, tonight's gonna be an interesting one. It's about the Black Swan. What is your guys' take on the Black Swan? I mean, I think you guys obviously voted yes, that you do understand it. I mean, if you don't understand the Black Swan by now, then there's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
I mean, what?
I understand it makes a load of Globers mad.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a for sure. It makes a lot of Globers very mad. They're so sad that they still claim refraction with it, not understanding as soon as they say refraction, they validate the argument we make. But yeah, what can we say? Globers aren't the the sharpest tools in the shed. Let's put it that way.
No.
Okay, so it's good to see everybody here. I'm so happy you guys could make it. Everything is showing. Okay, let's see what the poll says. 31 votes. Do you understand the Black Swan? Yes, it means no physical curve, 84%. I'm so proud of you all. You guys really do have more than 2 brain cells. No, I am just stupid, 16%. I'm glad that you clicked on those trolls because then you're conceding you're just a numbskull. So thank you for doing that. How stupid do you have to be to actually click that?
I don't know.
Okay, so we got Iron FEN. Good to see you, Matt. PJ Cruikshank, Alan Norstrand, Conspiracy Pundit, hello, good to see you. The Groz, hello. Signastep, thank you for coming. Walking Man, Moxie, Nick Volt, hello mate. Lumpy Gas in a Vacuum, thank you for coming. Glad you could make it. We also have Mr. Groovy House in the house. Glenn Charles, thank you for coming. Godzilla 37, good to see you. Glad you could make it. Also, Richard G, hello. Who else? I saw someone else. Oh yeah, Gematria Wombat, hello. Good to see you too. I guess that's everybody, I think. And in Rem, it's also good to see you. And Nathan Oakley, you may begin. Yeah, we already began, so it's good to see you, Nathan. Thank you for coming. Jeff Gassett, also good to see you, mate. Derek Nelson. I always like saying so much hellos as possible. It means there's people in. So hello to you guys. I'm glad you could make it. So, tonight, it's going to be a good one. Yes. It's all about the Black Swan. Everybody in chat, what do you think the Black Swan is? Type 1 if you think it's all just optical. It means to say that the physical curve does not exist. It's all just an optical effect. Or type 2 if you believe it's still physical and you would like to come on and explain why you think it's physical. Hey there, Daniel. Thank you for coming. Glad you could make it. Rihanna Johnson. Hello. I'm glad you made it. Sorry I didn't see you. And Gary Wybenga too. Okay, Nathan Oakley says, Black Swan. If the Earth is a sphere of 3959, then every horizon distance measurement can be no more than 1.2 times the square root of the observer's height in feet. Black Swan shows horizon beyond that. Yeah, way beyond that. The issue is that the Globers don't understand. The Black Swan argument takes their geometric horizon and throws it in the trash. Hey, Kane West, good to see you. Thank you for coming. 1. Okay, Mr. Groovy says 6. So that's just a coward's way of saying he's just too scared to come in. So yeah, guys, I got the link above. It's pinned for you guys all above there. Please do go and then show us, explain to us what you believe the Black Swan to be. Why you think it's a physical curve. It's good to see no one's actually typing 2, because then they realize there is no physical curve.
It's a good thing.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Raichi, thank you for coming. Glad you could make it. Red Sabbath, good to see you too. By the way, Raichi, I started working on that video with the relative density disequilibrium I wanted to show you about. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to do it all over, because I was doing it in a, not a Professor Dave spoof style. But I tried to use my old Chinese Hong Kong mic to try and pick up the sound, but it was horrendous. And if I had to do a voiceover, it's going to be like the old Chinese movies where it's like, you know what I mean? Where they talk in delays. It would sound like that. But I can try it, but it'll be hectic, hella funny if I do it that way. So I'm thinking of just doing it over.
I think you should do a video stamping on that Chinese mic.
That'd be a good video to watch.
The Chinese mic is now the children's play mic, so they can play it as like they want. Yeah. Yeah, guys, exactly, Godzilla. The Black Swan kills the globe dead. Hey, Dustin Bones, thank you for coming in. So yeah, any takers to come in and defend your physical curve based on the Black Swan argument? I'll be more than happy if you guys can come in. Sounds good. Sorry you had to do it over. Chinese voiceover. I can try the Chinese voiceover. It might be funny. What do you guys say? Should I do the Chinese voiceover or just record it over? I think I'll do the Chinese voiceover. With
Chinese
subtitles.
voiceover. That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
With some subtitles. I think that might work. So yeah, the reason I decided to talk about the Black Swan today is because I saw a video today on from the Triggered Limey, the biggest moron on the internet. If you want, we can watch the video, because it's sad. He just doesn't understand the Black Swan argument. Heck, he doesn't even understand how light the stars move across. White would show anti-clockwise facing one direction and clockwise the other direction. But then again, this is the same guy that says angles get bigger with distance. Yeah. So are you guys interested to watch that?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Why not?
We might as well.
Okay.
I actually thought tonight was a documentary on black swans, so it's nothing to do with birds, no? No? Oh, okay, all right. I've got the wrong channel then. All right, I'm off.
Well, if you want to, we can do a kind of what's that Edinburgh guy? That Australian guy that died? Or was it American? Was it? Anyway, yeah, as you see in the wild, you get a white swan.
Yeah.
You just see white swans coming, and you see they meet at the mating season. And what do you know? Everybody has just seen white swans their whole life. But little
Are you on
do they
about
know.
Attenborough? Are you on about David Attenborough?
Right,
okay. I forgot both of them are dead now, aren't they? Richard and sorry, Carrie, I interrupted your documentary.
But little did he know that there was a black swan right around the corner. The black swan came in for the kill, and everybody realized, hang on, there's not only white swans, there is a such thing as a black swan. So then that killed the evidence that only white swans existed. There's your documentary.
Yeah. And it's not a vulture, it's a black swan.
Hey, Julie Machen, good to see you. Thank you for coming. Glad you could make it. Okay. So, and Gerald T. Hello. Okay, let's see what this guy has to say.
Why do stars spin opposite at the poles?
Simple. It's perception.
Welcome. I'm the Triggered Limey, and today I was watching a Flat Earth versus Globe Earth debate that put a few thoughts in my head. This was.
Okay, I'm sorry guys, I forgot. When it comes to streaming, I have to actually download the videos.
I was going to say, sorry, Julie, I missed that one. Flat's got there before me.
I just had to. Hey, Max65, good to see you. Underground Tunnels as well. And Low Fruit, Xandos, Brian Stabley, and MC Scorpio. It's good to have you guys in. Thank you again, Godzilla37, for the gifted memberships. I really do appreciate it. You rock, mate. Thank you very, very much. Really appreciate it. Okay, while that's downloading, do we understand that black swans do exist?
Yes,
Yes, most
definitely.
definitely. Yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah. So the argument that white swans only exist is then defeated.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we explain it to the people as simple terms, if you believe your curve is physical, would be a white swan, and we show a black swan, which shows it's not to be physical, that would then kill the argument that all swans are white.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it kills the argument that the globe is not physical. Yeah.
Yes, the horizon is not physical yet.
Yeah, I mean, if we have to even take it on the definition of horizon, I don't know where they're coming from.
Why do stars spin?
I don't know where they come from to think the horizon is physical anyway. I mean, it's an apparent optical position where the sky and the earth appear to meet. So it changes all the time. When have you guys seen a physical object change size? Like a rock or something?
Like say optically in angular size, yeah, but not physically, no.
Yeah, I mean physically.
Yeah, not physically, never.
Yeah. And yet they claim the earth curve to be physical, but it keeps changing. Really weird. Okay. Let's watch how dumb this idiot is. This is going to be funny.
Opposite at the poles.
Simple. It's perception.
Welcome, I'm the Triggered Limey, and today I was watching a Flat Earth versus Globe Earth debate that put a few thoughts in my head. This was a debate between Flatzoid and a new Nathan that I'd never seen before, as well as two Globers that I'd never actually seen, Mark Reed and Leo. It was a fantastic debate, definitely worth watching. I'll leave a link to the debate itself on Modern Day Debates, as well as links to Leo and Mark. So,
oh, that's nice. He leaves links to Modern Day Debates and those two, but not to me and Nathan.
And it was fantastic. It's fantastic to him because they didn't let you get a bloody word in edgeways, but every time you did, you debunked everything they said.
Oh, yeah. but like I said, no bias there by this guy, is there?
No, none whatsoever.
But like I said, this is the same guy that said if you go in the distance, your angle gets larger. Yeah, that's how idiotic this guy is.
Wow.
one of the things that got me thinking was in his opening, Flatzoid briefly mentioned the Black Swan when discussing how we sometimes, and the important word is...
Cygnistep, he's actually lying. He has seen Mark Reed before because I've heard him talk about him before. So he actually lied to people. Hey, Cleary, good to see you, mate. Thank you for coming. Yeah, what a wanker. He only puts links for the Globe side. And if you guys haven't watched the debate, please do go watch it. Because the poor Globe didn't have anything. And I mean, nothing. They didn't even know what general relativity was. Or gravity.
Not a thing. All they had was loud voices, and they knew how to interrupt. That's how they knew how to do things.
And say stupid, idiotic jokes like you can't beat a dead horse, which you got wrong. Yeah, exactly, Paul. Gas doesn't have a behavior. Mark Reed, 2023. That's what Mark Reed said. Gas doesn't have a behavior.
I'm kind of sure it was flog a dead horse, but they said
it
beat,
was
didn't
flog.
they?
Exactly, it was flog a dead horse. And they said beat a dead horse.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Sometimes see too far. I was actually kind of shocked because I kind of thought the Black Swan had started to die off, but let's look.
When did the Black Swan die off, guys?
I mean, that's nearly 3 years now, isn't it? And it's not died off yet.
But will it ever die off? It kills the globe.
It kills it, so it's not going to die. It's not going to die off. No, not until the globe is completely dead. Until it's resting. I mean, it's dead, but it's not resting, is it?
It's not even out that it can die.
No, exactly. It's just not resting.
Hey, Sovereign, thank you. Hey, Stephanie.
It's just not at peace.
Stephanie Campbell, it wasn't really a debate. They were echoing. I 100% agree. They had nothing. But like I said, the funny thing is, it was Jack of all trades, whoever that idiot troll is that keeps harassing me on emails and my channel, was the one that set up the debate on MDD, because it was supposed to be a 2-on-2 because he set it up that way, all to figure out he wasn't in the debate right before the debate started. I thought, okay, maybe he's Leo. When I asked, he's Leo, he says, no, he's not. Then he said, I changed it somehow, but he's the one who set it up. Yeah. So that tells you how coward he is, don't you? Huh?
Yeah, of
So
course.
he probably chickened out the last minute and they had to find a replacement. And yeah, now the guy's carrying on, going on and on. I told him he can come, yeah, anytime. He's in my chat the whole time trolling my channel. So Jack of all trades, if you're in, there's the link. Be sure to come in. So we can actually see if you got the conversation skills more than a brick wall. Okay, let's carry on.
Into this anyway.
We see observations way past than what we are supposed to be able to. This has been verified by countless observations over and over, for instance, like the Black Swan.
Ah, yes, the famous Black Swan that somehow flat earthers still think actually supports their argument. So,
Okay. What do you think he's going to say? What do you guys think he's going to say?
Refraction.
Refraction? And then he says it's not going to support an argument. Okay, let's see this.
here's a picture of the Black Swan that flat earthers use as one of their examples of how we sometimes see too far. And it's also actually funny that they call it by this name, given how they use it, but we'll talk about that in a bit. First, here's a picture of what it looks like most of the time. As we would
That's also false, guys. When we look at through the videos from BMLS69, that's not how it looks most of the time. Does it?
It's also, isn't it also a Black Swan?
No.
Yes.
It keeps changing. The fact that he doesn't understand, he just debunked himself in his opening statement, shows how idiotic this guy is. It changes. Does he realize that it changes?
It changes, it can't be physical, can it?
And by the way, I think this is Habitat Hill House, yeah, remember? I think it's 6 miles away.
Yeah.
How far is the geometric horizon supposed to be?
3 miles.
About 3 miles,
1.22
yeah.
mile point of feet, exactly 3 miles. So that's double the distance than what their claimed geometric horizon is on the day he says doesn't have refraction. He's an idiot, exactly. Hey, Charlie Walsh, thank you for coming. So he just debunked his own idiotic claim with it trying to... Oh, man. Hey, Adam Eakin, thank you for coming. Like I said, guys, the link is on the top. Nathan, would be great if you want to come in and talk because you love the Black Swan.
Yep.
Yeah, come on, Nathan.
Yeah.
Hey, Jolly man, good to see you, mate. Anybody wants to come in and chat, give me a call. Yeah, Globers, if you still think it's physical, please come in and defend your nonsense.
He's keeping his voice. He's keeping his voice sweet for FED.
Hey, Charlie. Okay. He says standard refraction. What is standard refraction, guys? The standard refraction means 7/6 terrestrial refraction. It's not even light refraction. There's no Snell's law. There's no two mediums. Do they even understand this? They literally changed the shape of their Earth to call standard refraction, terrestrial refraction. It flattens out the physical globe. This is how idiotic these guys. They don't know the fundamentals of their own model.
the farthest oil rig is obstructed by Earth curvature. So why do they call it the Black Swan? Well, flat earthers have found a rare example that they think supports their claim.
Rare example, guys.
Rare. Very rare.
But he was begging the question. The way he said, we can see that this is obstructed by Earth curve. You haven't proven that. You're just saying it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But also, not just that. He says it's a rare occasion. The fact that he said that shows he doesn't understand what the Black Swan means. The fact that it exists at all means it's not physical curve. That's what it means. If you show, let's put it this way. You go out 10 days. 9 days out of the 10 days, it shows curve, for instance, according to them. The 10th day, it shows no curve. That means it's not curving. Why? Because you just showed the impossible, aka the Black Swan.
As far as swans, most that you would typically see, at least in like England, America, for example, are white. But occasionally you will see a black one. So this seems like an anomaly. Now, any critical thinker that is seeing a black swan for the first time will probably say something like, okay, so black swans exist, but they are a rare occurrence. Or indeed try to look into it further. Now, in reality, black swans aren't as rare as you might think.
Now he debunks himself again. In reality, black swans aren't as rare as you think. Congratulations for debunking your own arguments, which you just said are rare. So, why do we have...
But they do exist. That's the point.
I mean, we had so many rare occurrences, as he says, so then it's not rare anymore. Thank you very much. We've got how much black swans? I think we can get a black swan daily if we wanted to. But this is how idiotic these guys are. They don't understand their own arguments, debunk themselves. He just, again, contradicted his own argument, which, again, validated ours and debunked his own.
Yeah.
If they just open their mouth, they already debunked themselves. Yeah, last night was epic, guys. Wooden balloons. I love that. If you guys didn't watch that, please do go watch it. We got a guy was in chat here, Giggle, whatever his name is, calling me out saying, I don't know thermodynamics, I got everything wrong. So I invited him to come on. Well, he came on. I told him, okay, what did I get wrong? And his opening statement, he says, thermodynamics. I said, okay, what about thermodynamics? He says, the universe is a closed system. Opens his mouth, showing ignorance. But anyway, it just got worse from the whole chat. So, guys, I do really suggest you do go and watch last night's stream. It was.
He claims semantics between isolated and closed. Like, that's not semantics. They're two totally different things.
Exactly. Yeah, and Arwen was on last night. We had a nice full panel last night, so it was quite cool.
Yeah.
About the animal here and, well, just the world in general. They're just extremely rare in certain parts of the world. But back to the point at hand, and more importantly, why I find this so hilarious. Flat Earthers have taken this rare occurrence of extreme refraction and decided to ignore the overwhelming majority of the time when we see most of the rig hidden by the horizon.
Tell me you don't understand the Black Swan, but telling me you don't understand it. Again, triggered. The argument is only white swans exist. So if you show a black swan, it means the argument of only white swans exist is bunk. You get the issue here. Your claim, the Earth is a physical curve. We show the Earth is far further away than claimed, so therefore it's not a physical curve. You only need to show one black swan to debunk that only white swans exist. Yeah. It's dumb as F. Exactly. Nathan, this guy is what I said, he's one of the biggest morons on the internet.
In animal terms, it's like seeing one black swan and deciding that white swans are fake or don't exist. Now,
I got no comment for that. What's your guys' comment on that though?
I think I'll follow you with that. I don't think I should comment.
Idiot.
Well, okay, that's diplomatic.
Now, as flat earthers, including Flatzoid, like to throw logical fallacies out as much as they can.
Sorry, what logical fallacies? I think the one that's usually I'm the one usually calling out the logical fallacies. I'm not the one throwing it out. But okay. Congratulations.
It would be rude of me not to point out that this is a pure and simple case of confirmation bias, basically interpreting something to support their belief and ignoring the astounding amount of evidence that destroys it. It makes the Black Swan a ridiculous argument when trying to use it to support Flat Earth. Moving on.
Okay, that was his Black Swan argument on there. How are we going to explain this in very simple terms that even a crayon muncher like him can understand? You guys got any idea?
I don't think there is any simpler way to explain it.
It's about time to start moving away from dummies like this, in my opinion.
Yeah, but it's fun to laugh at the idiots.
Mm.
It's funny, but he's never going to get it because he's either totally stupid or totally dishonest. One or two. Like.
Could be both.
Mm.
Okay,
It could be.
let's quickly open
It's
this.
just fortunate, unfortunate.
Oh, Answers in Genesis also tried to attack this, guys. I never knew that. The Black Swan evidence. The Earth is flat. Have you guys? Oh, by Danny Faulkner. No. Oh. Another moron. Danny Faulkner's too scared to chat to people like me. I wonder why. Okay. The modern flat Earth movement began with Samuel Rowbotham in 19th century. False. Rowbotham's primary evidence that the Earth was flat was his famous Bedford level experiment. False. Rowbotham stationed himself 8 inches above the water at one end of the Bedford level and watched a small boat depart 6 miles. True. Rowbotham reasoned that if the Earth is a sphere having 25,000 miles circumference, the bottom of the boat would have begun to be blocked by Earth's curvature when it had reached 1 mile, and that the entire boat ought to have disappeared well before reaching the end of the Bedford level 6 miles away. Yeah, based on a geometric horizon, which would mean physical, that would happen, correct? Since Rowbotham saw the boat the entire way, he concluded that the Earth is flat. As I have explained before, Rowbotham failed to account for atmospheric refraction. The fact he just said, account for atmospheric refraction, is his own debunk of his argument and understanding he doesn't understand what the Black Swan means. Danny Faulkner, you are a right-ass moron. Atmospheric refraction means it's not physical. You idiot. Anyway, and by the way, he wasn't the one that started the flat Earth modern times. It's always been flat.
I'm going to say, wouldn't it be fair to say Globe Earth movement that started a few hundred years ago or something like that?
Exactly. It's crazy. Okay. But that's what I said. This Danny Faulkner's a joke, guys. Okay, let's see. Why call it the Black Swan? Okay. Why do flat earthers call the Black Swan photo? Most swans are white. So after one has examined many white swans, it's easy to reach the generalization that all swans are white. Such a conclusion is warranted with inductive reasoning, where one makes conclusions in general case based upon many specific cases. Science is based largely on inductive reasoning. Science based on inductive reasoning. No, science is based on empirical evidence, a cause for an effect. It's got nothing to do with your logical reasoning. Already not showing he has no idea what science means, guys. Okay. So this sort of approach often happens in science. No, it doesn't. Therefore, one might formulate the statement, all swans are white, as a hypothesis. No, it's not science. You can't say it's a hypothesis. What's the cause for the effect, guys? What's the cause for the effect if you say all swans are white? Anybody got an idea?
So if somebody's putting that forward as an hypothesis, then the cause is stupidity, because that's not a hypothesis.
Exactly. Sorry, Danny Faulkner, but you are a moron.
Sorry, I was in the toilet. I just got back. I don't know what was going on. Did I miss anything?
Oh yeah, you
No,
must.
it's just it's the same quality of stuff that you were putting in the toilet. That's what we're dealing with.
No doubt.
We're reading a paper from Danny Faulkner, who's thinking it's a scientific hypothesis when you say all swans are white.
No, that's not a scientific hypothesis at all.
So let's see if he's going to give a hypothesis, guys. One need to find only one swan in a different color, say black. A single black swan would disprove the hypothesis. No, it wasn't a hypothesis to begin with. A hypothesis is strictly the cause for the effect. That's why you have an IV and DV and CV. I failed to see any of them. Okay. This is why proof in science is a bit different in deductive logic and the way we normally use the word. Again, deductive logic is not scientific. That means you got an opinion. Then you're going against its empirical value. This is why we laugh at these morons when they try and claim science, when they don't know what the word science means. Philosophers of science. This is exactly what I was trying to explain to Leo. It doesn't mean science if you study philosophy of science. It's called pseudoscience, guys. Science doesn't give a rat's ass what you care about science or not.
Yeah, there's no cause and effect there, is there? I mean, it's you thinking.
Exactly, Nathan. It's a logical consistency.
Yeah.
Okay, so he says, this is why proof in science is a bit different in deductive logic and the way we normally use word. Philosophers of science often say that in science we don't prove anything with 100% certainty, but we can disprove a hypothesis with 100% certainty. He just... Excuse me, he just debunked his own statement.
Why do these people have such struggle with the word prove and disprove? They say, hey, we can't prove anything 100%, but we can disprove it. But wait there, doesn't disprove mean to prove that
Yeah.
something is not? So
Yeah.
basically you are
Of
proving
Of
something.
course.
Yes,
Of course.
it's the antithesis of prove.
Yeah.
So as soon as you... That's why a scientific hypothesis has a null. So you either prove the null or you prove the hypothesis. In any case, you're going to prove one or the other. The antithesis of disprove is prove. So no matter how bad they want prove not to exist, it does exist by default.
But
Yeah.
yet you get ballers telling you time and time again that globe Earth is scientifically proven.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Geometric Wombat, for being a member 5 months. Wow. Q is Geometric Horizon. It's gone up. Earth curve calculations, exactly. It's all just begging the questions, mate. But I mean, just read this question again. Philosophers of science, first of all, that's not science, often say that science, we don't prove anything. Okay? So, we don't prove any. So, people's got an opinion that we don't prove anything with 100% certainty. But that we can disprove a hypothesis with 100% certainty.
So that's 100% proving something.
You know what a huge contradiction statement that is.
It's
Absolutely.
full bar retardation.
It is. That's like a belief in nothing.
But,
Belief
I mean-
in nothing's a belief in something.
But does he know if you disprove something with 100% certainty, you have proven it to be false with 100% of certainty? That's what it means.
Yeah.
Wow. I would never let this guy teach my children science with a 10-foot pole, to be honest. This guy shouldn't actually talk the word science because he's so idiotic. Good scientists spend much time trying to disprove their ideas. No shit, Sherlock. That's what science is.
You wouldn't let him near a Bunsen burner, would you?
Exactly. Science is just a method, Nathan. When various tests fail to disprove these ideas, the more confidence we have that our ideas are true. Flat earthers seem to understand at least part of this approach, which is why they latched onto this photograph, calling it the Black Swan. Thinking that it disproves the earth is a globe. Of course, they are wrong about that. No, it certainly does.
It's not a photograph either.
No, it's a video.
It's a video.
Yeah, it's,
Everybody says this about this. How do you trust it when it's a photograph? No, it's not a photograph. It's a picture. It's a picture. It's a video.
But shouldn't it be properly said that it's an argument, because whether it's a video or a photo, it's attached to an argument. It's the argument that's a Black Swan argument. They keep on
Of course.
focusing so much on the photograph, but the essence is the argument stands whether it's a different photograph. So they're attaching it too much to a photograph.
That's
exactly.
right. That's right.
Exactly. Let's see. Cherry picking data. This should be good. Flat earthers trumpet this photo. It's not a photo, and others like it. So there's more than one then. Wow. So therefore, the globe is not actual physical. It's optical then. Congratulations. Claiming that such observations are everyday occurrences. Yeah, it is. I mean, you literally get this happening every day in different parts of the world, correct? We see more than you. I mean, if we had to bring a Black Swan up every day, I think you guys are going to get kind of, then it's just going to take the nuance away of what the Black Swan means.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, but that's not the argument. The argument is we only need one observation to disprove your notion that it's a physical curve. The argument again. According to your model, the geometric horizon can only be 1.22 times the square root of the observer's height in feet. On the Black Swan images, it's over 10 times the distance that your geometric horizon concludes. So therefore, when you claim, oh, terrestrial refraction, you are claiming it's not physical curve, it's optical, apparent. It changes with the weather. So you just conceded that your globe is based on hijacking optical phenomena and calling it physical. Only need one. Exactly, Nathan. Only need one. Okay. It says, oh, everyday occurrence. They aren't. Yes, they are every day. So he's literally lying, guys. He's saying they're not every day. As the original video linked, but nice says it's a video. I thought he said it's a photo. So he lied as well there. Congratulations for getting yourself caught out lying. Video linked above makes it clear. This video began with several images of ships and other objects with their bottoms obscured by the horizon. The contention was not the ships which were further away. The contention was the horizon is further than the platforms. The platforms are just there for reference to know the distances. Instead of attacking the argument what the Black Swan is, he's trying to make shit up. Okay, with more of the... Yeah?
Sorry to interrupt. But that's what I'm noticing about this. It's like, as you said, the Black Swan is an argument. He spent so much of these words just faffing about supposed history. Why don't you just get... The argument is just two premises and a conclusion. Deal with the argument rather than just faffing about with this obfuscation.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly, Nathan. That's why they can't show us where the tangent to their horizon is, because there is none. They have to have a bendy tangential line now, which means it's not a tangent. Oh, what's that?
That was my intercom. Sorry.
Hey Mojo, good to see you. Undoctrinated, good to see you too, mate. Okay, so objects being skewed. Okay, we don't need to see that. This guy's already shown he doesn't understand it. So, showing this, let's look at this image. Okay, we can't. What is this happening, guys? Platform habitat is 9.4 miles. Platform hill lies 6.21 miles away. The horizon should be practically where my mouse is now. Where's the horizon? There in the distance. Over 10 miles away. Does he understand the implications of this? Now let's go to this one. That is Platform Hill House, remember? 6.21 miles away. Where is the horizon? Same height, same elevation, everything. Tell me again, Mr. Faulkner, where is your horizon supposed to be? Around about where my mouse is. It's still much, much further away than claimed. Do you understand this, Mr. Faulkner? It's not physical. It's all just optical.
This is what happens when you focus too much on a photograph than the argument. You don't realize that the argument still stands.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. That's a good one, Glenn Sols. It doesn't rain in geometry. Exactly. Okay, so atmospheric refraction, properly understood. Okay, let's see if he understands atmospheric refraction, guys. A300, good to see you, mate. Okay. The comments in the original video discussed are several times alluded to atmospheric refraction. So, refraction means it's not physical, optical. Congratulations. Suggesting that it was refraction that caused the water between him and the platforms to rise in the second photo. This has atmospheric refraction backwards. Examine the two photos carefully. Notice that the first photo, the back one, shows much distortion in a more distant platform. The crane off its left side is bent, and way this is better seen around 2.40 in the video. There are also in some compression in the more distant platform. These are tall tale signs that have atmospheric refraction, but the second photo shows no such distortion, indicating that atmospheric refraction, which is always present, no shit Sherlock, was much less that day than the photo was taken. And keep in mind, by the video's marker own admission, days with little atmospheric refraction are far more common than the days with great atmospheric refraction. One critic of flat earth movement has done a detailed computation of atmospheric refraction on a globe. Oh, got to see this. He further showed that to produce a black swan image on a flat earth would require conditions that are physically impossible and would not produce the observed distortions. Oh. Service unavailable. It doesn't even exist, guys. I wonder why. So anyway, let's see what was wrong with that paragraph. Danny Faulkner. The claim for the globe is refraction pulls the images up further, and that's why you can see over the curve. Sadly, do you not understand? According to your idiotic logic, the horizon is pulled up further too. I can show you another black swan image where the horizon is behind and yet habitat is blocked, just like the second figure photo. Tell me something. If the horizon is refracted behind habitat and habitat is blocked, what's blocking habitat? And on this photo, it also shows that it doesn't have much distortions, as you said. Let's quickly go and look at my thumbnail, because my thumbnail is what I used. Good to see 64 people watching, by the way. There we go.
Yes.
There we go. There's my thumbnail, guys. What do you see on that thumbnail? The horizon is behind habitat and it's blocked, remember? So the horizon does not block things then? It's not physical? Congratulations, Danny Faulkner. You just showed to be an ignoramus for everybody. Danny Faulkner should actually just give up his PhD, guys. That guy's a moron. He doesn't actually know anything that he's trying to convince people of. But let's see what his conclusion is. The Black Swan photo and other similar images commit to the informal fallacy of cherry-picking data. No, that's false. Does he even know what cherry-picking data is? This whole page he's got here is cherry-picking data. You guys would agree?
Yes, absolutely.
So it's just self-projection then. Congratulations. Okay. Once again, a major flat earth claim turned out to be false. He just makes that statement, guys. Just because he says so. There are many other examples of false claims made by flat earthers. The problem is that there are no quality control within the flat earth movement. All the projection, we can just change all this flat earth stuff to globers. A flat earther makes a false claim, perhaps unknowingly, without submitting the false claim to scrutiny. But what do you think the Black Swan is? Does the Black Swan go through scrutiny, guys? I would hope so, because that's all we get done with it. The problem is the scrutiny we get for it is morons that don't understand the Black Swan argument.
Is Black Swan a claim or is it a rebuttal to Globe Earth claim?
It's a rebuttal.
Well, exactly, yeah.
Remember the claim. The positive.
They probably made the positive claim. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, the positive claim is the globe. They claim it's a physical curve. The Black Swan is the rebuttal to show, hang on, it changes with the weather, therefore it's not your physical curve.
In my eyes, when it comes, they always keep saying, right? So they say, boats go over the horizon. Boats go over the horizon. But at least the Black Swan says, the Black Swan argument says, okay, let's look at the geometric limitations. Because it's not just the fact that these things are supposed to go over the horizon. The horizon is supposed to go with certain geometric. If the Earth is a sphere of such proportions, it's not simply that it goes over the it's supposed to go at a certain point as a limit, and it always, if it goes over the limit, you're done.
Exactly.
But they keep on forgetting the argument and going with pictures.
Exactly that. So they're just projecting ignorance onto us, guys. Oh, sorry. Man, this is sad. Hey, Slap Radar. Okay, then it says, without some, where were we? Rapidly spreads throughout. Okay, then again, a flat earther makes a false claim, perhaps unknowingly, without submitting false claim to scrutiny. Other flat earthers simply repeat the false claim, and the false claim rapidly spreads throughout the flat earth movement. Of course, once flat earthers have repeated the false claim often enough, it's very difficult to get many of them to recognize that the claim is false. It first has to be false to be claimed false, you idiot. If they were to recognize this, it would seriously undermine their notion that the earth is flat. This is ironic. Flat earthers often attempt to discredit anything that NASA produces. Did we say anything about NASA in the Black Swan?
No.
No, so why is he bringing NASA up? Oh wait, poisoning the well fallacy. And usually when people try and poison the well, that means they don't have an argument.
Exactly. I mean, why would NASA be brought up for a Black Swan argument to do with, you know what I mean, Earth curvature at sea and that, you know?
And I get this a lot from the Globers. Looked like last night, or when I spoke to Mark Reed and that, when I brought up the second law of thermodynamics. Then they're going on, you talk about flat Earth. I said, I never said a word about flat Earth. No one's talking about flat Earth. We're talking about thermodynamic systems. That's the problem with these guys. I don't know if it's some kind of cog loose in their head or something that they don't understand. When you're talking about an argument, we're talking about an argument. No one because 99% of the time, they bring flat Earth into argument that's not supposed to have flat Earth associated to it.
Give them a spanner flats, they'll be able to tighten it up, maybe.
Sorry?
Give them a wrench, they'll be able to tighten it up. That cog in their head.
That's a good one. So yeah.
So Flatzoid, you were talking about projection. I was noticing when he said here that what's it now? Yes, once flat earthers have repeated a claim often enough, it's difficult to get many of them to recognize that it's false. He's gone on saying that when something's repeated often, loudly and often enough,
Indoctrination.
people believe it. But he doesn't. Indoctrination. Just think about this whole world. We've had for years and years. It's repeated that the horizon is Earth curve. The horizon is Earth. It's an oft-repeated claim. Projection. Exactly. He thinks we're repeating something. We've been indoctrinated with this Earth curve horizon stuff with no proof. With no proof. And when we try and say it's false, it doesn't make sense. They project the foolishness back onto us.
Exactly. That's about it. They're projecting their ignorance and their disbelief onto us. Because he knows that they don't have an argument, so they have to try and muddy the waters and say, oh, look how dumb these guys are. They're just conspiracy theorists. In the meantime of acting, I mean, out of this whole paper, have we seen him actually rebut the argument, or did he just make claims and misrepresent the argument?
He didn't even touch the argument. He didn't even touch the argument.
Exactly. Hey, Jimbo, thank you for coming. Exactly my point. And this is a PhD, Danny Faulkner, and he can't even rebut the argument. Instead, he has to resort to such nonsense. And this conclusion, there's no conclusion here other than showing he's a bigot.
Yeah, they never do nothing about the argument. They just obfuscate to another argument and leave that argument open, then obfuscate to the next one, leave that one open, and keep going and keep going and keep going. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And absolutely and prove nothing.
Exactly. Hi, Adam Meekin. It's good to see you in. Glad you can make it.
Yeah, good to be here, guys. I was a bit busy last night, but I enjoyed the show. It was good fun. Can I ask a favour? Will you just scroll back up? I know we only need one and stuff, but if you scroll back up to the two pictures, the one with the original black, that's the one, yeah. See, they're claiming this obstruction is Earth curve. An Earth curve is a bugger, and the Black Swan really does their head in, because it's cumulative Earth curve.
Exactly.
Now, if we just assume, because we can see that there's a slight difference in the pictures. One does render slightly different relative to the other, but fundamentally, all we've got in Figure 2 is a big wave going across.
You can see it there.
Yeah,
it's like a bulge. It's like a bulge.
Yeah, exactly, a swell. But the point, and the relative heights are the same, obviously, in the two pictures, and it's those relative heights I want to really bring into question, because, like I say, Earth curves are sod. The way it plays out is not great when you're looking at pictures that appear to have perspective, particularly this first one, which has not the bottom obscured by a swell. And we can see that the original picture, it conforms to perspective across a flat plane.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there were 6 miles and 9 miles. And if I just take those numbers roughly, at 6 miles, there should be 288 foot of curvature. And I know they invoke refraction here. But this is where, like I say, the ball kicks you, the ball kind of bites itself in the balls. Because the second platform is at 9 miles. Now, there may be a 3 mile difference between the two, but the way in which cumulative curvature plays out to the observer, it doesn't mean we've got a 3 mile difference, because the amount of drop at 3 miles is 72 foot, which you could maybe put in plausibly for refraction, but that's between platform 1 and platform 2. From the point of the observer, those towers are at 6 miles and 9 miles, which means 288 feet and 648 feet. So the relative drop between the two is, instead of 72 miles, is 72 feet, is 360 feet. Yet it's still, the base of the 9 mile platform is still above the base of the 6 mile platform. And that's another, not that it's needed, but it to me attacks refraction, because then therefore the refraction in the back has got to be so much more different to render it flat to perspective than the refraction at the front. And I say back and front, I'm talking about 6 and 9 miles.
Yeah, but I mean, look at when we do small scale replications like Sky Free, where they take little small. You saw those little tacks and stuff that they have on the wooden floor, and then they open the door, and then the cold air rushes in, and what it does to give the atmospheric replication, you can say, the refraction, it pulls the objects down, and it pulls the closer angle upwards. So it actually creates the illusion of curve, not takes it away, which is going totally 180 opposite to what the guys are claiming on the globe.
Yeah.
So I don't know because I've still yet to see one observation where they able to demonstrate their claims. Hey, Dad Studio, good to see you, mate. Thank you for coming.
But they can't, particularly here. This is where they struggle, and that's why they invoke refraction. And this is why it's important, that ramble of numbers. They're still invoking that obstruction, or lack of, in the Black Swan is Earth curve. That horizon is Earth curve. And like I say, unfortunately, in the Black Swan, we've got 2 markers. And that really does demonstrate what they're telling me as I look at that original Black Swan picture, is that for some reason I can see the second platform, which is 648 feet below my feet. Yeah. The first platform is only 288 feet. But as I can see those 2 platforms across the curved surface, the way they render for refraction is as perspective, even though the way I would see those 2 is that the second platform is 360 foot below.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
That's if you invoke curve.
Yeah. Yeah, but as I say, nothing works for the globe on this argument. They just don't have anything that gels. Not at all. It's crazy. I wonder if
They've got a lot of complaints about it, like wavy crane arms and stuff, but nothing that gels for them.
I want to see if I can get that. I mean, that's why I love this other one so much. Otherwise, I have to quickly look for it on YouTube. But it's good to have everybody in.
Hello.
Hello, Owen. How's it going, mate?
Hello, Owen.
Yeah, I'm good.
Just
checking.
What do you have to say about the Black Swan? I'm gonna go into my channel.
I think the ballers are racist against the Black Swan. They keep ignoring it, pretending like it doesn't exist. It's very racist.
Yeah, how dare they? But that's the thing, they don't understand. As soon as they claim refraction, they're throwing their argument in the water. But they're too dumb to understand when you say refraction means not physical curve. And they still claim it. No matter how much times you explain it, how different you try and explain it, they still claim it.
Right, well, they just bypass the whole thing. They just misinterpret what it's supposed to mean on purpose.
It's more they claim it but don't explain it.
Yeah.
That's all they do is the QE says it. Refraction. But like I said, fundamentally, that still means that horizon is Earth curve, even with the Babart refraction.
Yeah.
Right. But their refraction response is very similar in quality, which is very low, to responding to, but what about the gas pressure on Earth? Oh, well, gravity. Oh, that's not a convoluted answer at all, right? I mean, they do the same thing with this refraction, and then they don't realize that it's like paradoxical and it's exactly the inside out of actual optics-based refraction, what they think it is. And it's a cluster screw, like always. Every time they have a word, it's always a gigantic cluster screw, and they don't know it. Every time.
Yeah, but
Wasn't that physics boy's answer last night?
Yeah.
When he was on about gas pressure, and he went, "Yeah, because like we're breathing air, and this is a what was it? I don't know what he claimed the Earth was. Certainly wouldn't have been a closed system."
No, he said it's open, but he says gravity because mass attracts mass.
Yeah.
He said semantics a lot.
But that was his proof, wasn't it? We're breathing air. Look, that blue stuff up there. Or the black
yeah. And then I asked him to demonstrate, hey, could you show me gas pressure sticking to a very small surface versus a very big volume where it's very vacuous? He said, no, we can't do that here. You have to go there. It only works outside of Earth. He literally said it.
Yeah, he literally said that. That's crazy. But I mean, he thinks it's semantics if you have to define the difference of thermodynamic systems. That means semantics somehow. I mean, if you had to go to university,
that was funny.
I mean, if
he said, he said, what was it? He says, yeah, you beat me fair and square flats, but yeah,
you're wrong.
I'm still right. Yeah, but you're wrong.
Imagine you going to university and you're studying thermodynamics, and you just tell the professor, sorry, it's just semantics. There's no difference between open, closed, and isolated.
It's worse than that, isn't it? Because it is like answering, is the universe open, closed, or isolated system is the question. And you answer incorrect, and then you go, professor, still should get the mark. That's just semantics. You can claim that in certain instances, but where it's actually three distinct definitions and you use the wrong one, that's not really semantics. That's just
it's
wrong.
But I mean,
that's what I said to him.
But I mean, you guys can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Okay, this is what I love this Black Swan that came afterwards so much, because this one was after the other one from BML 69. This one kills me, that does it to me much more, because the horizon is still behind the platforms and yet it's blocking the platform. Proving, yes, I say the word proving, it's not the horizon that blocks the platforms or anything. It's not
That's
physical.
a good one, isn't it? Look at the
Yeah.
compression and in the lower parts. Yet the cranes are still almost rendered not too bad, but the compression lower down.
Yeah, but I mean,
further platforms, cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
that
see what
just
you mean.
shows
Like
you
the
what-
bottom is cut off, but the horizon's still
behind
above
it.
that.
Exactly. How's that?
It's not cut
How's
off,
it
is
happen?
it? The second tower's not cut off. It's just compressed. Look, the water continues past. It's
Yeah.
just there's so much information in that amount of space. It's the way it's rendered and the angle. That's what I'm saying. If you look at the towers where you've still got more angle to it, there's less information. It's clearer. Still, it's not as compressed. It's retained its relative.
That's crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
so it's not the horizon that blocks things in the distance then. That's what I love about this one.
That's beautiful because you can see how far the horizon is beyond the second platform there on the
Mm-hmm. But it doesn't matter how much times we have to show this to the guys. They just don't get it. They don't get it. I don't know how much times we can explain it to them. Yeah, guys, we do have the link to come in. If you Globies want to come defend your horizon as being physical, please do click that link and come in, as we are all waiting for you. Yeah, I think we've explained it as calmly and as precise as we can to the people.
Right, but if you come in and you want to actually defend some kind of argument, please do read about the argument first, so that when we actually get into the subject, you know something about what you're talking about, okay? Let that be the threshold for coming in this time.
I agree. Have some.
That did not sound sarcastic at all.
No. Have some knowledge on the subject before claiming to be an expert on it. Hey, M Stone, good to see you. Thank you for coming. SI Man and the Price of Adam. Good to see you guys. Polyurethane Pamela as well. Good to see you. I've dumped Arwen. Arwen, she's dumped you, mate.
Oh, must be so.
Polythene Pamela.
Oh, freaking funny. Yeah.
Oh, idiot.
It's just a troll.
Yeah, but I mean, think about it. That's all the globe has is trolling. They don't have
That's
anything.
That's it.
It's sad. Hey, Mercator, good to see you too. On a night at the equator, you see almost all stars that exit from sunset to sunrise. They rotate around two celestial poles, identical and so. No, they rotate due to your how you perceive them. I mean, that's even something he brought up on this video as well, but that's not part of the discussion tonight. So that's why we only showed the Black Swan part. But yeah,
Brian's doing a little bit on that. Flatzoid.
You want to quickly see the star rotation, see how he debunks that as well?
Yeah, go on.
Why do stars spin opposite at the poles?
Simple. It's perception. If you stand in front of a road and a car drives right to left or east to left, and you go to the other side of the road and turn around, that same car driving the same direction will now look like it's going left to right in your direction.
This bit made me laugh, hearing Flatzoid call it simple. Not because it isn't by any means, but because his explanation after saying that shows that he can't think scientifically.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
It is very simple, and it's not scientific. Who said science?
How do you think scientifically?
But I don't know. It's a simple argument. It's perception. It's very simple based. He says, yeah, it's not simple, but it's simple, and then saying you can't think scientifically. Like, what the hell? He thinks if he throws in a word scientifically, it means he's just sounding, I don't know, clever?
No, it just means we're not thinking the way he is thinking, which is the science way.
And how do you
That's what he's
and how do you
basically saying.
think and how do you think science?
It has nothing to do with science. It's their cultural revolution science that's so convoluted away from what it originally supposed to be that nobody that actually considers themselves to be part of it actually knows what it's based upon. Okay, that's what it is. It's the culture.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, it gets worse though.
At all. So let's look at the problem. Flatzoid tries to explain it by saying that you can see a car drive from right to left on the road.
Remember, guys, right to left. You saw it goes from right to left.
Yeah.
So yeah. So according to rotation, it would be clockwise.
If you then cross the street and see that same car driving the same direction, the car now drives left to right.
Yeah. So
it does.
He just validated my argument that he said was rubbish. Correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's exactly what
while
happened.
he's not...
Yeah, it's amazing how he says I'm wrong, but then shows me showing I'm right. Hey, Sean Hawkins, thank you for coming in. Sean Hawkins, the link is above if you want to come in and talk about the Black Swan. We'll be more than happy to accommodate you. Because we'd love to have a guy with the IQ of a tuna sandwich come in.
Wrong as far as his example goes. He's clearly not understanding this.
He shows my example, says I'm wrong, shows my example, validating what I said, then says I'm clearly not understanding it. Does this sound familiar? Sort of like what we had last night, remember?
Yeah.
Do you understand gas behavior? Yeah, I do. Okay, what's gas behavior? I don't know, but you don't understand.
It never gets old. Wait, it does get old, but it never goes away. That's the one I meant. It never goes away.
I think they just get dumber by the day. I think they get dumber by the day.
His mistake, trying to compare us inside Earth's atmosphere looking out to the stars to us being on the paths on either side of the road looking in. So let's try...
What? Does that make sense to you guys, what he just said? So he says...
Not really.
So he says he's trying to false equivocate, almost like you're looking outwards is the same as you're looking inwards. No one's looking inwards if you're looking at a road. You're still looking outwards. So what's this guy on?
What is looking in? What?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What the hell is he talking about?
What? You're looking like inside of your own eyeball? What the hell is he talking about?
You're still looking outwards. Does it? I don't understand. What the hell? Okay.
To teach Flatzoid with a better example. Here, let's say we are in a helicopter hovering high above a roundabout. Looking down, we can see that the car is traveling clockwise.
Okay, clockwise. So, according to the helicopter, from the roof downwards, correct? So, if we would be in the helicopter, we'd be seeing it coming from the roof going down under the bonnet. Okay, cool. Cool.
This is the motion of the stars when viewed from the southern hemisphere. It doesn't matter if you face the other way or...
Now, it's coming from the bottom upwards, correct? So that would mean anti-clockwise, correct?
Yep.
He's talking about a top-down view. Do we have a top-down view?
He's talking about a God
ridiculous.
position.
Yeah.
So if in his false equivalence here, he's become God.
Yeah.
If he's going to maintain this as an example, then what he has to do is to go underground and look through what is a glass road, and and see what his car's doing then. If he's going to maintain this as an example, what he's done is step off. In his first point, he laughs at you saying, "Oh, you're on the road and you're on the earth, so we can introduce this thing." Well, that's absolutely fine, isn't it? Because the two are comparative. You're fixed on the ground, and it depends which way you're looking at the road, from which position, or which way you're looking at the sky, north or south, from which position, that creates the paradox. You know, the difference.
Yeah.
So you got to maintain this. But like I said, he's become God in the helicopter. He's become outside of all of it.
But
and
even
if you
then,
sit outside of all of it, then.
But even then, he's still debunking himself, because if you turn the helicopter, it's coming from up to down, so it would be kind of clockwise. Changing it comes from up to down. It's totally swaps.
The entire example is a giant screw up because he's basically giving you a side-on view example, even with the car, which doesn't correlate with how he explained it.
Nope.
And so the actual thing that he's explaining, the top-down view, is not comparable at all to what your example was. So it's just completely outside of what you were talking about.
But that's what I'm saying. But even that incomparability that's giving is still making my point that it changes due to your position.
Yeah.
That's how idiotic it is.
Of course
it
it
go
is.
on the ground, but at the moment, the guy in the helicopter is looking at both observers, one on one side of the road, one on the other, going, "Oh, they're going that way, they're going that way." Yeah, this is the point. He's introduced a third reference frame.
Yeah.
Observer.
Yeah, he has.
Which is
right
observing both of the other observers. So it's just a nonsense equivalence.
Yeah.
If I stand,
the perspective all mixed up on top of that, so you can't really tell what's going on anymore.
Well, I said the only way to keep that example relevant is to have the helicopter flying in the basement with a glass road, so we can see the car circling from the opposite vantage point, which is what's occurred in the other. Because he's introduced a third dimension, so that's the one that has to be reversed. Whereas we've just been in 2D before, haven't we? So
Oh, you mean like a glass circular road or a roundabout, and the helicopters can fly like in between, from up below it, looking up against it, and then above looking down upon it.
Yeah, that would be the equivalent example. So
right,
there it's going that way. If you look the other way,
think of it like this way. When you see those usually like at the carnivals and stuff, you see those guys riding in like a sphere cage with the bikes.
Yeah.
Like that, and you would be in the middle of that sphere. So as soon as you look straight, the guy's driving, he comes from overhead underneath your feet. And as soon as you turn around, he comes from underneath your feet overhead of you. Still doing exactly what I'm saying in the first instance. Now you can do that and let the guy travel clockwise in the sphere, going across, and you can still change your position and you would get exactly the same thing. So looking anti-clockwise and clockwise. Excuse me. So yeah.
Right, you could also just have a transparent clock and then just look at it from the backside and then see, hey, it's going the other way. Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. That's how moronic this guy is. The more he's trying to debunk it, the more he shows he doesn't even know himself what's going on, and the more he's validating the argument. He's an idiot. That's exactly what he did with the Black Swan as well.
Or not. Your location on Earth determines which way they appear to move. This will not work on a flat Earth. This footage that we're looking at now is taken from New South Wales, Australia. Now we travel up to the northern hemisphere, specifically the island of Guernsey in the English Channel. As we can see, the stars are now moving counterclockwise.
Wow.
Is this
my goodness. It's exactly same demonstration you give with the car. That's it. Simple.
Oh, it's stupid. I got no words for it.
It's Michael Cahn's video. It's simple.
Yeah.
That explains it perfectly.
And then when you ask them, do you believe it physically changes direction? They say, I get half of them say yes, half of them say no. So that's how bad it is. They don't even know if it physically changes direction or not. But they do know it only works on a globe for some reason. It's sad. But yeah. So no Globers want to come and talk about the Black Swan? I would also be too scared to come talk about the Black Swan if I'm a Glober, to be honest.
I know, I was disappointed as well when I knew it wasn't a documentary on Black Swans. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they're not coming in.
Groovy House, the only reason there's apparent 2 celestial poles is because you got a limit to your perception, mate.
Duper Puns popped in and said refraction.
I saw that, yeah.
Duper Poons pops in and says the first thing it pops up into his head.
It's crazy.
You'll be talking about gravity and you'll see a refraction.
Refraction. Hey, Tony Whitcomb, yeah, that if it is were a globe, it isn't exactly. There's no globe. They love begging the question that there's two celestial poles, not understanding that those poles are based on your perception of your view. You cannot see both of them at exactly the same time as well, by the way. So that was like an anticlimax of a stream. Do you think? I mean, I know the Globers will be too scared to come and chat about Black Swan now because they're too dumb.
Question, Flatzoid.
Yeah.
Could a rabbit stood on the equator see both points of rotation?
No. No, you would not.
Why?
Because your field is limited, and you can't.
Are
see
you
through
sure?
shit. Yeah.
Because there is footage of basically both circle points.
Even where I am in South Africa, I can't see the Sigma Octantis.
Yeah, but you're in South Africa, not at the equator.
No,
Yeah, but I'm
that's
saying.
why I said point. No, that's why I said point of rotation.
Okay.
Yeah,
you see what it looks like is it looks like it's going one direction. If you're looking upwards, north and south, if you're looking eastward or westward, it's going one direction above you.
Yeah, I'm not.
The
I'm
north
not
and the south.
talking about.
No,
yeah, yeah.
I understand what you're saying, but I'm trying to explain. Let me try and see if I can draw it on paint or something.
Yeah, it sounds like a weird one to me, like, because I'm not sure about that one.
Let's say you standing here.
We're
at
at cross purposes here, but you make your point, Flatzoid, and then I'll.
Okay, you say if you're saying it's a globe like this. Oh, sorry. You're saying let's just say that's the globe or whatever. Are you saying if you're standing up like this, you're asking if I can see? Oh shit! My mouse is not working with me. Why not? Okay. If I'm looking out there, I should see one celestial pole and another. Is that what you're asking?
Sorry, I muted myself. Yeah, is it possible, stood on the equator, to see well, in this case, then the pole star will be fine looking north, and then south to be able to see that point of rotation?
Well, I've never seen that. I've never seen a photo show that. But whatever I have seen though is, you do see the rotation. Sorry, the rotation coming this way. You understand?
Okay, well, I have seen rolling footage, like time lapse.
Look, it goes like that. So what happens is, if you're looking up, it's all coming overhead the same direction. So if you're changing your direction this way, then what you see is going to be still traveling this way. Looking that direction, it's still going to be traveling this way. Just your perception means, it looks clockwise, and it looks anti-clockwise.
You would have to stand like either side to see it in either or direction.
But it doesn't physically change direction, if that's what you're trying to say.
No, not at all.
But I have seen
that would be
footage.
Moronic
both
to suggest it changes direction. The point I'm asking, keeping your diagram up, and where you had the arrows looking north and south, as it were, I'm asking you, can I see the pole star on the equator?
Yeah, you can. You can see the northern star on the equator, yes.
Right. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can see it on the equator. There's some places that they say a degree or something. Sometimes on some nights you can see it, I think, 10 degrees below the equator. Then they just say it's refraction.
But should you be able to see it on the equator?
Not really, because it should be zero. It should be at zero. But they say the only reason you see it is because of refraction.
Draw a straight line across the page from the bottom of that arrow. That will show the visible sky on a ball.
Okay, so let's there, or the bottom of the arrow.
Keep there. Lovely. Put another one exactly where you had it.
Okay.
The first, which bisects the centre. Lovely.
Okay.
Now look at the visible sky available to the observer, and look at the visible sky available to the heliocentric ball Earth model, which would equate those stars. Yeah. Can you see the extra bit of sky? You can
there's a
push
lot
it out.
more.
You can push it out as far as you want to infinity. There's still only that bit available.
Mhm.
Doesn't come into view. It's in there, and it's in with those angles. What they do is move it to the middle. Now, the point I make in terms of rotations, that's maximizing it, allowing it, even though you can show there that wouldn't be possible to see the North Star on the equator.
Mhm.
But if for whatever reason you could, and we permit it, it would be a anomaly. Now, to have double anomaly, we've got these pictures from the equator, which obviously show the North Star and show the point of rotation. And both of them are sitting above 0 degrees
Mhm.
from this one observation, which means we've got more than 180 and 180 just in that one picture alone.
Mhm.
That was the point I was making on
Okay.
terms of which way they're going. And my God, that's hilarious to see stuff like that. But I'll forward them on. This is one of Brian's babies. But
yeah.
we've got more than 180 degrees in 180 degrees if those points of rotation are supposedly the axis.
And
Yeah.
they cannot, and they're not supposed to have more than 180 degrees based on
can't.
their geometry.
Of course.
Uh-huh.
Right. Got it.
That's a good argument.
Yeah.
I guess that's it, guys.
Duper poons.
Stop saying
smells law.
He says, I didn't evoke it. I said refraction. You moron. Refraction is Snell's law, you idiot. Hey, not one gets to you.
And it's sneh, not smeh.
Smells law.
Yeah, Smells law stinks.
Smelt it, dealt it, invoked it.
Yeah, exactly. Do these guys even know what refraction is? That's the thing. That's why when we try and explain to them that terrestrial refraction isn't light refraction. There's no Snell's law. There's no light refraction in the 7/6R terrestrial refraction. It's simply just stretching out the geometric proportions of their sphere. It's not
right
bending of light. Yeah.
Terrestrial refraction is not based on optics.
Nope. But they don't understand this. It's very sad, actually, when we have to explain this to the people. Because if someone can show me Snell's law in the terrestrial refraction, I would love to see it. I've yet to see it yet. And I mean, we've been through this argument a lot of times, guys. It's not like it's a new argument or anything.
No. It's close to 3 years now, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Black Swan, anyway, that's what I'm talking about.
Yep. It's all got to do with coincident angles, guys. Wow. Now we've got nothing to say. Thanks, Globies.
Well, Nick Volt, didn't he come on the show a while ago?
Oh, yeah.
He's talking about refraction in the chat right now. Nick Volt, why don't you enlighten us about how terrestrial refraction works?
Nick says that not many people in chat understand refraction.
Yeah, so enlighten us, please.
Yeah, Nick Volt, would you mind coming in and talking about some refraction and terrestrial refraction for us, so you can show us where there is actual refraction in terrestrial refraction? Because I have yet to see it. Would be great if you can come in and show us. But again, guys, as soon as you claim refraction, you claim no physical curve. That's what the Black Swan is. It's
Oh.
yeah.
What? Right, just obviously they always invoke 7/6 refraction.
Yeah.
What type of day is a 7/6 day?
That's also true. Yeah, how often is it 7/6 exactly? Because it's always different. That's true. So if they want to evoke the Black Swan is very rare, well then we can evoke your 7/6 is very rare. That's also true. Nick Ford
He
says,
now says that Snell's law doesn't explain why refraction occurs.
yes, it does.
Ooh.
Snell's law uses refraction like your glasses. Your glasses wouldn't work without Snell's law, mate. The computer screen you're looking on now requires Snell's law. Everything's of refraction and optics requires Snell's law. If Snell's law wasn't there, it wouldn't work, mate. Why do the people like doing this? They just double down on dumbness, on stupid.
Come on, don't stay in chat. If you're so certain about yourself and about your case, just get on here and explain it to us.
Nick Volt, yes, it does explain why. Snell's law explains why the incident angle changes through the medium, which gives you your new refracted image. It's exactly how it works. It changes your coincidence angle. Your coincidence angle hits the medium. It changes speed as you get to velocity, and therefore it gives a different refractive index. And that's why you get a refracted image. Your eyes based on Snell's law too, mate. How do you think it concentrates everything onto your retina?
Groovy House says you can have a geometric curve that's then modified by refraction.
Then it's not geometric then.
Does not explain why electromagnetic waves refracting. What? It's just an equation. Is this me getting confused?
Wait.
Him getting confused?
Wait, I'm happy about that. He says so it's just an equation. Cool. So gravity is also just an equation. How about that? Your geometric horizon is also just equation. Then we can just throw every equation out, guys, because it's just an equation.
Oh, you're right, Neil.
Hey Neil, good to see you, mate. Thank you for coming. Wow.
Yo. It's loud over here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, noisy.
Flat and noisy.
Nick Vold, how does the equation explain why? That's what equations do. It's a language. It explains things. Last time I checked, that's what equation's about.
Didn't you just explain it? Didn't you just, before he asked this question, explain it? They always do this. You literally just explain it. They wait a bit, and then they ask why.
Yeah. I don't understand it. Nick Fold says, this is true. F equals ma does not explain why ma is a force. No, because that's not what that equation's made for. The equation's made for to state that to have a mass accelerating, you require a force. That's what it explains. Ever heard of false equivocations? You have different equations for different things to describe, Nick. I do strongly disagree with you, Nick. Equation is supposed to explain things, describe. That's why you guys dig into general relativity so much with the metric tensors. You're saying the metric tensors aren't supposed to explain the points of space and time bending? Because that's what the metric tensor is there for. That's why it was created. Exactly, Raichi. That's what I'm trying to explain to him. F explains why mass accelerates because of a force. Now he's saying it doesn't explain why mass is. It doesn't matter. He's just making excuses. Actually, to throw away equations. But yeah, I'm happy about that because I agree. Equations are bullshit. They can lie. Hey, Jimmy, thank you for coming.
Right, it's not the equations, it's what they represent. That's really it. The equations in themselves don't mean anything. They only mean something if they're based on something that is recognized to be true within physics. And then the formula suddenly means something. And then you can literally take the elements of that, make another formula, and pull it totally out of context. And it might seem like it works mathematically, but that doesn't mean that it actually works mathematically because it's no longer based on the very specific context on which the original formula was based. So it's just different. All these formulas just represent something that isn't math.
Exactly. Excuse me. Oh, I actually didn't know if I'm going to stream tonight. There was twice that my chest was really bad that I was thinking I might have to go to a doctor. But at least I'm feeling okay now.
What do you got? You got some phlegm buildup or something?
No, I don't know. It just felt like almost like I was having a heart attack or something.
What?
Yeah. But I am much better.
What kind of, what? Listen, how old are you, Flatzoid?
35.
Oh, come on. No
I'm
way.
at 36 now.
58.
36 now.
36
I'm 58. I get a little pain. I get a little pain.
Sessondati.
Yeah, 36. Yeah, I can't even remember my own age.
Listen, I didn't pay attention to any pains when I was 35. At 58, you get a little pain in your chest. You're like, oh no, what the hell was that?
But yeah, like I said, all I did was I just rested because I know I am, last few days, I have been struggling with some phlegm and stuff. So, but I have been taking medication for that as well. So it is fine.
Too much rushing about, man.
It's just cleaning up your body. Don't worry about it. I've had it too. Still got the ends of that.
Yeah.
It's going around.
No, but the thing is, early heart attacks do run in my family though. So it's something I do have to keep an eye on. I'm actually supposed to be going for 6 month checkups every 6 months for cholesterol and things like that because of the chronic disease in my family about this. So.
I don't know. I feel you go to the doctor, they start telling you things that are wrong. What I don't know ain't gonna hurt me.
But I'm fine now, so. But don't worry.
Well,
if you guys just see one day I don't respond, you know what happened.
Well, let's not jump that far. But I mean, there's some more research I'd like to know if you want to share about that. But if it's in your family, then has anybody actually like died of it without ever going to a doctor?
Yeah, obviously.
Because, obviously, are you sure?
Yeah, my granddad. He
so
died.
he never went to the doctor ever?
He died at like 42. He didn't go to the doctor about it. My dad died at 48. I think their dad before them was in the 30s.
Gee, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Flatzoid, get that checked out then, man.
So we'll get but last time I did go for my cholesterol and everything was fine. So.
Right, but you got to be careful with stress then, because number one heart attack reason is usually stress.
Yeah.
Right, everything else compounds, but it's the stress that pushes you over the edge. So
yeah,
gotta be careful.
But I'm happy. I'm fine.
If you don't turn up one night, I'll just think McToon got you. You know what I mean?
Owen, do you think it might be his spleen?
No, what?
Alwyn mentioned he had a pain in his shoulder or something the other day on his show, and he had to shout. I don't know who it was you were shouting down, convincing this person that it wasn't a spleen issue.
Yeah, no, I was just really annoyed. It was a bit overreaction. It was Steven Traveler asked me like, "Is it your spleen?" But I'm like, no. Like, no, I know where my spleen is. I know how that feels. It's not that.
Since we're talking about this, can I have some proof for germ theory?
Oh, you guys want to go in for that? We can always have a debate night for that if you want to. Because I mean, when we were talking the other night, Adam, I went and also wanted to look through some stuff. I think it's an interesting conversation we can have on it.
I'm still not sure on it.
So would you guys be interested in to have a germ theory night evening chat?
Yes, I
cool.
would,
Yeah,
because
sure.
I know Adam has some stuff, but Paul feels like it's not demonstrated anywhere, and he's never seen it. I don't know what the hell it is, so I'd like to know.
I think it'll be
Right.
good.
I'm not that asked
Interesting.
about dealing with something like germ theory, but if somebody, what I would be interested in is somebody presenting some information on the
Against it, yeah.
alternatives that
Yeah.
people are touting. I'd much sooner hear about that, because that I don't see presenting an alternative as we stand, or justifying certain things from my understanding. So I'd much sooner listen to somebody give a, I don't know, not germ theory, but a disease theory, I suppose, would be the way of describing it. Is
You mean terrain theory?
No, illness and disease theory, and separating the two, importantly, you know.
Yeah.
So I'd much sooner hear what the other side that's saying this is wrong is presenting in this, rather than what I've heard so far, which is, I don't know where it goes. But I am interested in alternative stuff, because it has got a lot of people interested, and therefore it's worth looking at, rather than spending time defending germ theory.
All right. Well, I can present the
that'd be cool.
Other side opinion, but to be fair, I don't have any like sources for that. I've already said that. I don't know where to find them, but I know how it works.
Well, and how you going to present it?
But are we specifically going on pathogens, or?
I don't know where it goes. If Arwin hasn't got any sources, then he hasn't got anything to present.
Yeah.
Respectfully, yeah. I'm asking for somebody to present something of substance that's digestible to have a look at, accept or reject. I don't know until it's presented.
Yeah.
But if it's not presented with any substance, then
right. But to be fair, the opposite can also be said. I mean, where's the substance of germ theory?
And you have done, and we've listened to that, and I'm kind of saying I'm all ears to listening to why you think this is nonsense, and what kind of supports this belief. Not that I know you have this belief. If that's the point of the conversation, job done. You've got me. I do believe that Arwin believes in this.
Yeah.
But what it is Arwin believes in, I don't know, and I don't know how it's supported.
Yeah,
That's what I'd like to know.
But that's what I'm saying. Well, it would be an interesting conversation, because then we can have it from both sides. Present the pathogens present germ theory today, and present the other side showing where we don't actually see any scientific validation for it. Because there's two arguments to the side, but yeah, like you said, it would be great to see the other side presenting an alternative to it.
Yeah, I don't see it as an
well,
argument.
terrain theory is the direct opposite.
From Arwin, or I think Paul knows about it as well, you know, from either of them, somebody that's done a lot of reading into it, because they've changed their views on it. So I'd like to hear why they've changed their views and how it explains certain things. There'd only be questions there, not necessarily saying it's bollocks or it's wrong or whatever. I'd be asking, okay, how does it answer this thing? How does it answer that? That's all I'd want to do, is ask genuine questions.
Yeah, it's just inquiry. That's all we want.
All right. Well, I got stories of people doing tests. I haven't personally done that, but I know people have done it. It's been told to me elaborately, and I can pass on what I've been told about how people tested germ theory with like isolated bacteria, all that, and it just didn't work.
Lovely. So you haven't got evidence of that. You got another story. This is what I'm saying. I want something, and I'm not saying not what you just did there, which is to poo-poo current theories. Lovely, right? Cool. Criticize all you like. Tell you what, I'll half agree with you. Yeah?
Well,
but what I'm asking for is what your an explanation of what you guys are describing and how it accounts for things. That's what I'd be interested in. And
toxins, terrain theory,
and how it
terrain theory directly explains what the alternative is, what is really happening. It's the toxins. It's not the creatures. It's the toxins. The creatures are a side effect of the toxins. They potentially manifest out of your flesh itself.
Cool.
Like another form. It can just... Seriously, this was explained to me specifically that
I know.
You take the pathogens without any kind of entities in them.
All right. So where's the
and then
papers for
the
this
creatures?
Owen?
Can I please finish it?
No, because
you keep doing this. See, every time.
Because it's a just so story. And
well, it's just as much a just so story as the claim that bacteria caused this shit.
Yeah. And
because you don't have any referenced evidence for that either.
And all I'm asking for is for you to go and at least reference somebody instead of like this bloke down a pub told me. It's kind of
these doctors that you can't even talk about on YouTube because you get kicked off if you do.
Right, it doesn't have to be on YouTube.
Okay,
this
guys,
is an honest plea.
We're talking on YouTube. I can't mention that on YouTube. You should know that.
Yeah, but like I'm saying, guys,
the source on YouTube.
But like I'm saying, we can always have a discussion about this because obviously people got different views on it. Wynand says Stefan Lanka. Don't know who that is.
Well, that is one of those doctors that does that. That's highly banned from YouTube.
Really?
Yeah.
He's a virologist.
Ex-virologist, yes.
Ex-virologist. Okay. So we'll actually have to look into that.
Yeah, sounds interesting.
Between virological criticism and biological criticism and bacterial criticism and phage criticism. Yeah.
Yeah.
The fungal criticism. There's lots of... And Owen mentioned stuff being prevalent and flourishing. I wouldn't disagree with that not all stuff is pathogenic in origin. Some of it manifests in predominant situations that your mental state may affect. I've got no problem with all of these things. It's just I'd like to hear more detail on that viewpoint instead of criticism on stuff I know loads about and have lots of criticism for.
So I can't do it if every time I try to meticulously explain the perspective from the other side, you start talking over
That's
it.
not what Adam's saying.
I don't want, let me make it clear, Owen, I don't want another, I think respectfully, bruv.
So you don't want the description of it?
No, I think respectfully, I mean, you've explained
so
this.
So you know it?
Yes, you personally have explained this to me a number of times, and which is why I've got an interest in it. It's not what I'm asking for now, another explanation. I'm asking for some substance to back it up, to support it, so that I've got more than a third conversation with Arwen about it. Do you understand? I'm not, and I don't hold an opinion on it. I've not been given any
Meekin
to say I agree or don't disagree with it. That's why I'm asking for something to form more of an opinion on. You clearly know about guys that I don't know about. You've just shown on YouTube there. So go with that stuff and let's see. That's all I'm asking, mate.
I agree. But like I said, we can always work out something. But it'll be interesting to see presentations. That's what I'll say. I think it will be because it is a subject that's widely separated, I would say, by people. Because I understand from me that I can understand why both sides, from Arwen's side and Paul's side, I understand that, well, there's not really anything to show based on how they want the evidence to be presented. And from Adam's side, I also understand that, well, all the medical industry today is based on this. But, I mean, we can take it in the same light as...
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Germ theory is a widely accepted... Germ theory is a widely accepted thing.
Is based on treating ailments that the nutrition industry invoke upon you. Look, everything. Look at all the chronic diseases now. They're all things that you have to manage. None of them really involve bacteria in the slightest. That's where the income of the big pharma comes from. It's got nothing to do with this kind of stuff. In terms of their major incomes, it's all about cholesterol, diabetes, cardiovascular issues. Look at it. Now, that's not to say that this new medicine stuff doesn't. Okay, fair enough. Somebody's having an issue.
Yeah, I just made him softer.
That's not to say that the new medicine stuff couldn't massively negate the need for these drugs in of itself.
Yeah.
So I'm not like some institutional idiot. I'm very against the stuff, but correct categorization is important as well. And no, that's not where they make the money. They started to now, haven't they? In with that jibbity jabba boo bar, all those sorts of things.
Yeah.
But that really is that main movement. For the majority of time, it's patent-based pharmaceuticals, which are treating chronic conditions. That is what is revenue generating.
Yeah. I just want to say thank you, Tony Whitcomb, for your £10 super chat. He says, if germ theory was a thing, then when parents had chickenpox parties, every child would have got infected, but they didn't. Thank you very much for your super chat, mate.
Why did some of them get infected then? Did they suddenly slip into the same mental state?
Yeah.
Cool. Demonstrate it, please. I'd love to see it.
Oh, really? How do I do that?
Well, I don't know, but unless
you can in some way, you have to like brains. Like, how do you even categorize that other than trusting on people describing what they're feeling, etc.? I mean,
okay.
How the hell do you isolate that?
Where's that from? Where's that from? That chicken pox party? It's not from the medical industry, is it? That's from mothers bringing up kids knowing that varicella virus, whatever it is, however you'd like to categorize it or not, it dominates in kids, and at some point they're going to get it, and it's minor, and the younger they are, the quicker they get it. Yeah. So that's where that came from. Real life experience. No. These ladies found, actually, let's get them all together when one of them's got it, and they'll all get it job done. It's all over with. Yeah. Sometimes you're unlucky and your kids don't get it. Yeah. But that came from real life. That. Yeah. Now, I don't know what that means, but that's actually fact, isn't it?
Right, but you don't know whether it is an organism that causes that or the overall toxins that might happen when those organisms do their thing.
Totally agree. But what we can say is that we have an increase in transmission. Children that go to the party, kids that don't get to the party ain't getting it. Yeah. The kids that don't even know the kid don't get it. Right. So we can see this. Now, does that mean we can identify that individual transmission thing? No.
But why
is that a point of contention? Yes.
But why do you think children that are younger are more susceptible to pick it up, though?
Well, this is the point, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because obviously they've got a less developed immune system, but this has got nothing to do with the immune system, we're told.
Yeah. It's really odd.
Like I said, do we take children to a chickenpox party to get them in the same mental attitude so that the virus can prevail? Is that what happens? That would seem the fundamental to the claim, that they go there and we get this increased rate at these parties because somehow they mentally tune. Maybe it's a bit like the menstrual cycle. It allows this virus to come out, do what it does, which is nothing. And then they've got immunity to other viruses like it and that particular virus. If they went to another chickenpox party, they wouldn't get it. Does that mean they don't attain the same mental state? Can't.
You know what would be even more interesting to test, like whether the morality or the overall positive feelings that are present in such a party, whether that has a direct influence on transmissibility, right? A children's party where it's kind of gloom, not very nice, and one where it's like really everything they love, not too much, though they don't overstress, but everything's great, and like what happens? Right?
Why are you presupposing? Why are you presupposing transmission?
Well done.
That's also true. Yeah.
Following up there on the same thing. So you even there's a see. Now, to be fair to Arwin, transmission in this case could mean like I've tried. I won't take in the mic. It could mean that same mental attitude, that same vibration, because this is where I think this new medicine fundamentally underpins. It's about vibrational energy and resonance.
Right. Well, that's in this case what I meant. Let's see if the morality within such a test group has a direct influence on the average transmission statistically, right? That would be very telling.
So is there any assumption that there's any causation with relation to viruses?
No. It's mostly the condition, right? It's all based on the condition being apparent, visible. Like, oh, he's got that. Whatever causes it is not even relevant. It's how the transmission works, the seeming transmission, how it works.
I'm good for bumming monkeys without a condom.
Nice.
As long as I've got a positive mental attitude.
I don't understand that.
No.
Well, if you do, it's not for explaining.
Yeah.
That's why that was the best way of making the point.
Yeah. Just think of transmission. That's all we're gonna say.
Yeah, I get it. I've never had it though.
Yeah.
I did twice. It's been a bugger.
Let's just say. Should we just say it's Freddie Mercury?
Yeah.
Yeah. But that, like I said, there can be a whole long discussion on this. Wow. But yeah, there's definitely mixed opinions on this.
What? There is it. Well, I don't. I have opinions on one side and lots of criticisms, which probably aren't too dissimilar to Arwin's. But as for the other side, I don't know what the claim is. So when I tend to ask, I end up receiving more criticisms of like what I know a fair bit about. But I am interested in listening to more as to its cause and effect relationship, because the simpler thing as the chickenpox party seems to be a struggle for this thing to explain, and that shouldn't be. If we've whether it's right or wrong, but it should at least be able to address that succinctly, just like germ theory, whether it's right or wrong, addresses it succinctly.
Okay, well, the German New Medicine perspective is very simple. Trauma is the cause, psychological conflict. And they are very meticulous about that, and they mapped it. And that's it. I mean, if we want to test that, well, that's going to then be damage that you're causing. I don't know if that's like ethical to test it.
So
right?
it's clowns. It's fear of clowns. So the kids that get chickenpox are the ones that are scared of the clown at the party.
Well, I mean, you can just walk.
But why would they get chickenpox anyway?
Yeah, but
if,
I mean,
if there wasn't a kid there with chickenpox and there was a clown, would they get chickenpox?
Yeah, but I mean, you can get chickenpox just for walking around at the mall.
Flatzoid, can I butt in? We've got a visit.
Here we got Jispel and Marais. How are you guys doing?
What's up, buddy?
Good to see you, mate.
Hey, Matt.
I'm just looking for truth.
It's good to know. May we ask, which side you on?
I'm on the side of truth.
Which is? To you?
I'm just trying to work that out,
Yeah.
It sounds really complicated.
Okay, but the stream is actually about the Black Swan, so this is just a sidebar chat.
You found a black swan.
Yeah.
Did you eat it? What are you doing?
Now, the truth in actuality is actually really simple. The problem is that the illusions that we are fed and that we don't know we are fed and then hold on to as if it is the truth.
Is that the wizard, Arwen?
Seem very complicated. But the truth in reality is actually very simple. Mostly.
I'm guessing Marais is a Glober?
No, I'm just looking for truth.
Again, do you believe it's a globe or flat?
I'm just looking for truth.
It sounds like you're like trolling or something, dude.
Yeah.
No, man, I'm here looking for truth.
Then answer me.
We don't know the shape of the planet, and we're not.
He said planet.
We
He's
need
a
to
globe,
work
guys.
that out.
Planet.
Yeah, they go Globe.
Globe troll. Congratulations. So okay, so do you disagree with?
Why would somebody troll you? Why would somebody troll you for this?
Because they have nothing better to do with their lives.
Yeah.
Really, Arwen, you sound like you've done a lot of great things with your life. What have you done?
Okay, Maurice.
Well,
would
you have to watch my show in order to find out. I talk about it.
I've seen your 1 hour show. Is that what you've done?
It's more than one. It's more than 1 hour.
Yeah, it's over 3,000 hours.
3,000 hours.
Yeah, start watching. I'll see you next year.
Okay, Maurice. So what do you understand about the Black Swan argument, Maurice?
It's a picture, right? You've got a picture.
No, it's not about a picture. The Black Swan
It's
argument.
not about a picture?
No.
What is the Black Swan argument?
That's what I'm asking you.
It's different from a bunch of other pictures.
No.
And you think it makes the Earth? You think it makes the the radius larger or something? I'm not sure what you think is happening there. What do you think is happening in that picture?
I'm asking you a very simple question. What do you think the argument of the Black Swan is?
You think that it's a picture, correct?
No.
It's not about
you don't think it's a picture? Oh,
It's
what is
not
it
about
about?
the
That's not the argument. Do you know what
What's the
argument?
argument?
That's what I'm asking. Do you understand what the argument is?
No, I guess not.
Okay, cool.
Let's hash out what the argument is.
The globe claim is the horizon is physical, and that's what's blocking boats and buildings in the distance, correct? Correct?
I don't know. You're explaining it to me.
Yeah, but would you agree that's the globe claim?
Is that what they say?
Have you ever heard of that rumor?
The horizon is the
Is it a
physical.
rumor?
Yeah, the horizon blocks boats and buildings. That's the globe claim, correct? Because it's a physical horizon.
I'm just curious what you think this picture's doing.
It's a simple yes or no.
It's one
Do you
picture.
agree with that or not?
With what?
Do you agree?
You're just a troll.
Yeah, do you
Simple.
agree with your globe that the horizon is a physical blockage?
Where does the globe say that?
Okay, this
I
guy's
don't
just
know if
messing
it
up. This
says
guy's
that.
just messing us up, messing our time.
Because I'm asking you questions. That's
No,
a problem.
you're being dishonest.
No, 'cause you're not
trolling.
answering.
No, I'm serious.
You're trolling.
man. I'd really like to understand what you think that picture does.
Well, first you have to answer
wanna be
questions before you then scatter
Get to
dollars
answer
with
them.
more questions. Yeah, if you don't answer questions, you
Okay, well, let's
don't
find
belong
where
here.
the globe says that the horizon's physical. I want to see that right now. Can we see that?
What's the Earth curve calculator for?
Okay, how many questions are we going to do at once?
Well, you
Are
probably
we going to write them down?
Yeah, Flatzoid's looking it up for you.
Yeah, you had about
Presentation.
you had about 10.
Let's see.
Can't believe we're actually indulging in a guy making
No,
us
it's
prove
way
that the
too
globe
hard.
claims curvature. Seriously.
That's not what you said. You said the globe claims that it's a physical, that the horizon is physical.
Yeah, what do you think that curvature is, you dumbass?
Why are you yelling, Arwen?
Because you're a
Why do
bit
you
thick,
think
mate.
I'm yelling?
Yeah, you are.
He's raising his voice to exemplify the frustration at talking to somebody.
No,
who is either
you
fully
changed your
retarded
claim. It's
or
either you
come here
said
as
the
a
horizon
shill
is a physical.
and hasn't
You
even
said
got
the
the manners
globe
to let me
makes the
finish
claim
the
that the
sentence.
horizon is a physical place.
Demonstrating that he's probably a shill as opposed to retarded.
Oh, okay. So I disagree with you. I'm asking you to provide evidence.
I'm what
So
I'm
I'm
saying.
Disagree with what? You don't even take any standpoint on anything.
I'm asking
How
you
are
to
you
show
disagreeing
me
with? You're
where
not.
your
You're
claim.
just wasting our
Settle
time.
down, Arwen. You little you 40
Oh,
year old.
dear.
Fuck off, you retard.
I think we're done here.
Oh, it's okay,
Yeah,
Arwen.
yeah.
You're
I
gonna
was-
be okay.
I was
Arwen.
trying- I
Just-
was trying to,
Just cast a spell, Arwen. You could just cast a spell, right?
I was trying to.
Somebody book the clown
I
out.
already did. I was trying to accommodate the guy, but the guy's simply just here to troll.
Yeah, I was getting ready to mute him.
Yeah. Unfortunately, this is all we get from the globe side, guys. Trolling.
Yeah, but it's the best they've got, mate. So
Yeah.
no.
Geometry tells us that the distance to the horizon is the farthest point the eye can see before the Earth curve out beneath our view. It depends simply on height of the observer. For example, stood on a mountain. There you go. Geometry. Idiot. It's a moron.
Yeah.
I mean, can't just answer yes or no.
And
Yeah,
like
the Black
Arwen
Swan
said,
pretty the Black sorry, go ahead.
that's what I was just saying. Like Arwen said, he didn't have a standpoint. Then he's demanding answers. So, I mean, let me know where you're at, Faust.
Well, what answers does he want? We have the
Well,
Black
and then he said
Swan
he disagreed
that
with us, but I mean, on what? He didn't take any standpoint.
No,
Oh,
And why
exactly.
does it
like the
matter?
guy
Like,
from
if you don't
wait,
take
he
any
sounds like
standpoint, I mean, it's just wasting our time.
Crazy. Hey, Pablo's dog. Thank you for coming. And Sorajana, good to see you too.
sounds like the guy from last night. Said said Flatzoid was wrong about everything. Came on the show, admitted defeat, but still said he was wrong.
Yeah, but there was a difference. But there was a difference from last night's guy and this guy. Last night's guy, you can see he was fighting himself. He knows. This guy was simply coming in here to be dishonest, to troll. There's a big difference. This guy knows already it's flat. The other guy's fighting with himself to figure out, yeah, he has to try and keep it a globe in his head. This guy's already lost.
Yeah, Black Swan did a lot of people in, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I mean, on all honesty, to every globe believer, is this the best you guys got? To come and troll because you got no argument? I mean, we've already shown that damn triggered limey guy, whoever he is, doesn't understand his left foot from his right foot. And he's supposed to be representing globe. I mean, half the guys that represent the globe don't know anything, to be honest. Or they do, but they just choose to lie.
Yeah, they still think that the stars are spinning in two different directions when you turn around.
My son said that. My son said that to me last night. Oh, that's hysterical.
Yeah.
He brought up the 2 points in the sky last night. I said, "What do you mean, son?" He said, "Well, they rotate a different way in the southern hemisphere." I was like, "Oh God, here we go again."
Mm-hmm.
They all rise to the east, set in the west. The game is over.
Yep.
That's it.
It's inside. It's weird. So yeah, I mean, come on, other guys. There has to be some other Globers that want to come in. We can still probably go on for another 20 minutes. Alan Ocean, Flatzoid did a lot of people in. What did I do? Who did I scam? I don't know what it means. What it means I did with a lot of people in.
Well, that's what happens when the arguments are so solid and the ball is dead for so long. Now we're scammers.
Yeah. Yeah, it's sad.
Hey, Flatzoid, you're in good company though. You're in good company. You with Nathan. Nathan's a scammer too.
Oh man, how dare he? Yeah, well, everybody I consider friends are scammers, eh?
It's true.
Yeah. Oh yeah, tomorrow night gonna be on FTF East channel again. It's gonna be a Monday night thing we're gonna try. That we're gonna have like a short, quick debate thing, and then we're gonna get people from our side panels to come and co-debate. You can say. We're gonna see how that's gonna work out.
But you're showing it through your channel, don't you?
Oh yeah, obviously.
Yeah, cool.
I don't want to expose you guys on that side, Shame.
No.
But I know where Michael's gonna be, in bed.
I'll be in bed.
Yeah, he will be. Yeah. I'll have to take the ear bashing for you, Michael.
When I think of it, I think of this is freedom. Or when you think of 300, the movie 300. Tonight we dine in hell.
Eat half playboys for tonight we dine in hell.
Yeah.
What's the other one? What's the other quote from
This is
Gladiator?
Sparta. This is Sparta.
What we do in life echoes in eternity.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, guys. So we can, I think, based on tonight's stream, we can have a, I don't know, conclusion that there is no such thing as even a globe defender. Because how do you defend something that doesn't exist?
Yeah, how are you going to defend, especially the model? Where is this model?
doesn't. I mean,
Is it a globe? You know, that I buy in the store. Is that the model?
I don't think they understand themselves what model thinks. No, Dupapoons. Instead of answering me, he got kicked out. He got kicked out because he came to troll. That's why he got kicked out. Because if you just here to waste our time and troll and cause strife, then you're not welcome here. This is a place for grown-ups, not little immature little nitty patties, or what I can call you guys.
Hey, Dupa can come if he wants to say something.
Dupa, come
Yeah.
in. I highly doubt Dupa has the balls to come in.
Or the
Dupa's-
mic.
Yeah, well, he's got an AI voice, so be prepared for that.
Have you seen Dupapoon's videos, Neil?
I haven't.
Do yourself a favor and go laugh at it.
They'll be the best globe proofs you've ever seen, Neil.
Boats going over the horizon.
Yeah. And eclipses mean globe. How dare you?
Because Google says so.
Yeah, because Google says so, so therefore it's a globe. He's one of those guys. I Googled
Climb
it.
up a tree.
Yeah. That's sad. Guys, I guess we can end the stream here then. Because there's not much going on.
Yeah, it's true, God. Not a single proof in 7 years. Beyond pathetic.
Well, it's hard when they're all over there at Gem Pandas, throwing each other on the back. It's about 50 strong there all the time.
Yeah. I must say, I'm enjoying this green screen so much. Makes it so much better. Ooh. See, I'm floating in space all the time.
Always.
It's amazing.
It's more convincing than NASA stuff, though. I don't know.
Actually, yeah. But I think it was a good show, though. I enjoy the shows until it gets dead. You see, the thing I've realized is a lot of the time we get to a point and it's like, well, we've said everything we could.
Mm.
I would love to have like 5-hour streams, but it's difficult to get a 5-hour streams if you don't get any rebuttal.
Well,
Oh,
the
look
next
behind
new
me.
thing that's coming out is 10th Man has something that he's waiting on. He's waiting for something to be said to come out with something else tying into celestial navigation. So that's something to look forward to.
Yeah. This globe looks so real, hey? Where am I going now?
Take a leaf out of Nathan's book then, Flatzoid.
Yeah.
Piss your panel off and just round out when you decide it's enough.
And with that, hey, Adam, we got after him the other day, though, right? With his little tinkering.
But you see, that's
Won't
where
make any difference.
you see that's where we got different styles, though.
Flatzoid, I think that guy's tried joining again. Can you totally boot him out?
Oh, is he tried again?
Looks like it in chat side.
Oh, I don't see him. Yeah.
Marust is somewhere joining the room, and then another Marust is joining the room.
Yeah, Marust 1277 and then Marusti. Well, guys, trolling will not really be just accepted. It doesn't work that way. So I think we're going to say bye. Thank you all for coming. Really, really appreciate you guys coming. Tomorrow night it's going to be on FTFE, but it'll be great to have you guys here. Please do join because you guys are going to also be part of it. So that's going to be quite cool. Look how the horizon's straightening up here on me, guys. Look at that. Wow.
Ooh. Beautiful.
Oh, no, 3 sets. Aye. Okay. So, yeah, see you guys all tomorrow night. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you guys for taking part in the chats. Please, if you haven't already, please do hit that like buttons. The Rogans are there for a reason. Share the show. And then, yeah, many, many blessings. May the pressure be with you. Cheers, guys.